guys, Andressa here from Awakening Minds Emotional Health and Coaching. Today's video is a quick one, just to tell you a little bit more about me. Who is Andressa? What's her story? Why does she do what she does? And I want to share with you a little bit of me. I grew up in a family where, we didn't have much love and peace, and things were a little bit rough, so a little bit violent, and alcohol abuse. Like, I didn't feel protected and cared for and loved. My mother passed when I was 7 years old, and from that moment on I felt pretty much on my own. I felt like I had to survive somehow. So then, after so many years of abuse and emotional and physical abuse, when I was 15 I finally left the house. I was in search of a peaceful, happy future, right? But I didn't know that even though I left that environment, I left the house, I still carried it with me all along, every day, in every moment, right? So the things I would say and think and do would be pretty much the projection and reflection of the years I lived in that house. Guys, sorry, there's a little bit wind, and I'm in a kind of wild environment here. It's full of beautiful animals and ducks and donkeys even. So if you hear a weird noise, don't get scared. And if any animal show up here, it's fine. It's not gonna bite me, okay? So yeah, I left searching for peace and happiness, and I couldn't find it. So I went to college. I find a way to pay for my studies, and I was always working and hardworking, really concerned about being enough and surviving. I became emotionally unavailable. Even though I had relationships, I never felt like I could really love and let people in, because I was scared they would hurt me, right? I didn't know that, of course, that was unconscious behavior or belief. And for years I just changed jobs and cities and relationships and states and even countries. I've been out of Brazil for 9 years now, and at the moment I'm spending these weird times and quarantine times in Brazil, because it's better to be closer to my people, right, and be out in the world. But yes, I left Brazil 9 years ago, and I was searching for myself. I was searching for something. And after being to so many places and meeting so many people, I've been to the best beaches and parties and restaurants and hotels. I've met so many people all over the world. Traveled to 38 countries now. And I couldn't find it. I was so disappointed. I was burned out. I used to work in supply chain, so I built up a career, 12-year career supply chain, which is a very demanding field because you really need to plan stuff ahead. Shipments coming from all over the world, headaches, and the people can be tough to deal with as well. And I was supply chain, head of supply chain for procurement in Dubai, my last role in the corporate world. And I was looking after the region, so Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Egypt, and Middle East, generally speaking. And it was tough because there is a little bit of sexism still. People have big egos, and men can sometimes be really tall and grow up, but still wearing emotional diapers, right? So I was putting myself in the most challenging situations out there. I was changing apartments because I was living with flatmates sometimes, and every 3-5 months I was changing a place. I couldn't find peace. I was all the time manifesting the same people in my life, same situation, where I didn't feel secure, I didn't feel loved, I didn't feel respected, I didn't feel protected. All the time, for years. So eventually, my body started giving signs that I had to change my behavior. I had this anxiety, panic attack. I had this panic attack that was so strong, and I lost my sight for hours. I couldn't see anything, and by the time they took me to the hospital, I had to live on a wheelchair because I couldn't walk. So it was pretty heavy. Yeah, I was really burned out. I was tired. I was alone. I was feeling hopeless. And a lot of stuff happened from that time on as well. And then I decided to stop and look inside and see why I was constantly living that life. Even searching on Google, literally, like why my life doesn't change. I'm living in a cycle. What is happening? How do I change? Because until that time, I thought life just happened to us. I thought just that, just an event after other, and reactions and things just coming by luck. I didn't know I was creating it. It was only when I decided to really search and found out about subconscious mind and the patterns and beliefs and the repeating events and programming, then I was like, oh my goodness, I'm living in a programming. Then I decided to change it, right? And then once you decide to change, everything helps you out. The universe supports you. So then the right people came into my life, the right books. The first one was The Power of Now. If you haven't read that, please read it. It's beautiful. It's from Eckhart Tolle. And then I decided to give myself to meditation, spirituality, therapy. Then I met this amazing coach who treated me, and I healed my heart and my past. And now I help people through the same techniques, through the same process, to heal their past and be able to create the future they really deserve, to find happiness, to find their own essence, to find that life can be light, can be peaceful. It doesn't have to be suffering. It doesn't have to be hard all the time, So yeah, it was through my own healing. Then I decided to leave the corporate world. Then I became an emotional health specialist, hypnotist. I work with NLP, Neuro-Linguistics Programming, and Time Paradigm, which is really amazing. I have a video here. I'll leave in the description box the link for the video about the technique, the Time Paradigm. It's really amazing the results we can achieve with it. But yeah, just go there and have a look if you're interested in heal your past and change your life. But this is how I got here. Now I'm so grateful for all my story, for everything that happened to me, for the good and the bad. I could forgive, really forgive, deeply forgive everyone and everything. And I could help some members of my family as well, the ones that were available and wanting to do that. I'm so grateful I could support them. And most of my clients, they're very similar to what I used to be as well. And so much love and gratitude when I can help them as well, set them free, so they discover their own essence, they discover who they are. And now my life is focused on conscious expansion. That's what I want to do. I want to promote it, and I want to make it available for people to know that's possible. And conscious expansion is just a byproduct of healing your heart, healing the past, of treating the wounds, the open wounds. And once we feel good about ourselves, we know who we are, then we start getting to know even deeper and deeper. and that's when the consciousness expands, and then that's when you meet your true self, and then you start creating a beautiful life which is grounded in the depths of your own self, which is really amazing. We're gonna be talking more about consciousness in the next videos, so keep tuned. Please subscribe. We have a lot of content here about yourself, about your subconscious mind, health, emotions, patterns, consciousness, a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of things about you, the real you. And that's it, guys. If you think that you can be happy, that you deserve to be happy, that you want to change, that you want to heal your past, get in touch. I offer an assessment call or an assessment session. All the sessions that are 100% online. We do it through Zoom or Skype, and the results are amazing, really amazing. It's not the same as classic therapy that you go once a month and for many months or years. Here we have a program that we do intense therapy for 16 to 18 hours, which we do usually in 7 to 10 days, and where we rewire the entire belief system. We clear negative emotions that were repressed. We clear all the fears, phobias, conflicts. It's really beautiful. It's really transformative process and a healing process. Okay, get in touch then, and